Hi, it's great to be here on the blog. You know, I'm like you guys, every other day I rush to my post to see what does Niyi Akinmolayan have now. And it's great that I am your judge on the short story competition, which you guys have sent in droves. Very exciting material. But who am I? My name is Anthony Kenny Joseph, and I write movies for a living. The most recent of which is The Visit. Did you see that? Produced by Koga Entertainment Studios, directed by Funke Fayonyi. So you guys were asked to do a short story competition. Niyi found 600K in his cupboard.
Let's spend the money! Spend the money!
All right, so he decides to give 100,000 naira to one screenwriter of a 5 to 10 minute screenplay in the short film contest.
Don't see that kind of thing before.
If I lived my life again, I'd pray for this kind of opportunity. You guys are very fortunate. You guys are very lucky. Not only do you get to win 100,000 naira for the deserving screenplay, but you also get the chance to learn. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So what were the screenplays like? First of all, we got hundreds of screenplays. Kudos to you guys who took out the time to write, who took out the time to email to us. But as with every contest, we had the good, we had the bad, we had the ugly. First of all, grammar. In no particular order, grammar. To write a screenplay, you have to be able to write. You have to know grammar, you have to have syntax, your tenses have to agree in every sentence. I think there's a feeling that when you have to write a screenplay, you don't need to have the skill that the novelist or the journalist needs to have, you know, to put out the English language or whatever language you're writing in properly. That is wrong. To write a screenplay, you're writing for a director, a producer, actors who will read the language in a way that they must understand. And in this regard, many of you fell flat.
I'm sorry, sir.
Nonsense.
I'm sorry.
You had sentences starting with short in lower cases instead of capital letters. You had sentences without full stops, sentences without colons, and those things are there to make language comprehensible to the reader. So grammar, there were a lot of grammar ups and downs, and I will be highlighting some of the scripts that fell short on this. Another problem we had was format. There is a way the Nigerian, the American, the Bollywood, any movie script should look. Why? It's the medium they decided for it to be understandable to the people who work with it. In the 1920s, Hollywood designed what we know to be the screenplay. So the screenplay looks like it's mostly white on the page. Then it has something called a scene heading, on which we have the interior or exterior telling us where the action takes place, the specific space of the action, and day, night, midnight, twilight, the time the action takes place. Following the scene heading is scene, description, and action. Description tells you what a character looks like, what the space looks like. Action tells you what's happening in the space. And then we have characters doing dialogue, right? So some of you sent what you thought was your idea of how a screenplay looks. It looks closer to a stage play. It looks closer to anything but a screenplay. Some even look like poems. So formatting disqualified you from the competition.
No, so you fuck up.
Another common problem is just basic knowledge of storytelling, right? If you had 5 minutes or 10 minutes to tell a story, you can't waste time building your characters. A short film's advantage is it must be like a series of climaxes. In your first 30 pages, which in film time is 3 minutes, must begin to lay down stuff we call plot points, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So we had some good screenplays. We had, interestingly, entries from all genres. We had adventure, we had action, we had horror, we had psychological thriller, of course we had drama. And some of the good materials were from writers who obviously have built their craft over the years. The good news is, for the people who didn't make it to the top, there's still a silver lining that Niyi Akinmolayan on this blog will be sharing with you guys in a bit. When we pick our top 20 scripts from the competition, you will be having a 2-day screenwriting workshop with me for free, with free food. Okay, I don't know about that part, but I'll be teaching you for 2 days free, and you will be learning how to build a character. What makes a screen character different from the character you know in real life? Screen characters have to be different. Why do we like Superman? Why are we scared of Dracula? What makes Sherlock Holmes interesting? They're not like the people we know in real life. They're interesting. Film characters have to be distinct. You'll be learning how to build characters like that. You'll be learning something called structure. If I took off this very nice shirt and I put it on the table, it'll be a lifeless, shapeless mass of fabric on the table. But my body gives the shirt a shape. So structure, and there are many kinds, holds up your story. Which one works best for yours? You have to learn genre. If you write a romantic comedy, it's a fusion of romance and comedy. Meaning that on the romantic bit, we have to feel, touchy-feely that comes with love. And on the comedy bit, we have to laugh. If you write adventure, it's high adrenaline action. If you write action, there has to be a lot of conflict, physical combat, and whatnot.
Bring him.
Niyi Akinmolayan blog believes that Nigerian storytelling can only be good when screenwriting is good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be sharing with you screenwriting resources for free. How did I learn this craft? 2001, somebody bought me a book. I read the book, enjoyed it very much, began to put what I learned in the book into practice, and then I went online, found the names of more books, began to buy them over the years, began to read and practice. Soon enough, I picked up the habit of reading movie scripts. Yes, there are thousands of American movie scripts online for free for legal download. I download them and read until at some point I began to get a grasp of the craft. I will be sharing with you some of these resources. Some of them are free ebooks. I will be giving you 2 essential screenwriting ebooks that introduce to you the concept of building a structure into your stories. There are many kind of structure paradigms. There's a 3-act structure, which is the most popular. Presently, I use what's called the 8-sequence approach, which I find to be much more manageable for telling stories. I will be giving you English grammar ebooks, and specifically Eats, Shoots and Leaves by Lynn Truss. This book tells you the history of apostrophes, the period, the comma, the colon, the semicolon, and it's not intensive English. It's a fun, amazing read. It's very funny. It's written by Lynn Truss, knowing that a lot of people will think that grammar is a technical subject, so she makes it very fun. I'll be sharing with you a lot of Hollywood movie scripts from across varied genres. So these movie scripts, I have one here, are free download, all legal. 47 Ronin, which was a martial arts movie. American Pie, which is a 90s teen comedy. Argo, which is drama. Brooklyn, which is romance. I'll be sharing about 50 scripts with you that are across varied genres. Find what you love. Find which resonates with you. Take your pick, read, master the genres that you like to write in. I will be sharing with you very painfully my scripts. Yes, how can I teach you if I know show you what I don't do? So you have the onus to criticize me, to put me on the hot seat, to say, Oga, why they teach us when now this kind of thing they write? If you can't get better than me, then you have no business in this business. So my scripts are on here for your perusal, for you to know how the Nigerian who's learned from Hollywood but works in Nollywood writes. I'll be sharing with you movie log lines. What are those? Well, log lines are 1-sentence advertorials that tell you the film, that tells the producer, the director, the actor, the film that you're pitching in 1 sentence. I'll be sharing with you something called movie treatments, synopsis and beat sheets. Before you write a movie, you need a plan. That's the treatment, or in some cases, the outline, some cases, the beat sheet. Everyone works, depends on your style. I'll be sharing how to write a scene, written by John August. John August is at johnaugust.com. He's one of America's top screenwriters, Oscar nominated for The Big Fish, and he wrote a brilliant article, How to Write a Scene, which I'll be sharing with you. Then I'll share with you a free video I found online, How to Write a Script, 40 plot points for your screenplay. When you learn story structure, you learn the very, very, very crucial concept called a plot point. And I have a list of recommended resources. What other books should you buy on your own? What websites can you visit for free movie script downloads? What blogs like niyiakinmolayan.com can you visit for continued learning in screenwriting? So this is a treasure trove of materials to get you started on your screenwriting journey. If you're on the blog right now, just look down for all this information. If you're watching this from YouTube or any other video sharing site, go to niyiakinmolayan.com. Niyi Akinmolayan is spelled N-I, you think saying Nami go spell that kind of thing. It's written here or here. Yeah. niyiakinmolayan.com for these materials. If you put in the time, you put in the passion, you channel the passion to, go to these materials every day, and you watch films as you do all this, it doesn't take long to be at least a decent screenwriter. And you know how the industry is. There's now much more demand for content, And people like you are in need to make our storytelling much better. But in the meantime, come this Wednesday, 20 of you will be announced as the guys with the scripts that we think stand a chance at best as we search for our number one. Good luck.